Welcome, Chosen One.
Hey guys, welcome to the Ace of Plays channel and to a very special video. Yesterday, we passed 3,000 subscribers on this channel. Thank you guys so much. This is a huge milestone for me, and I really appreciate all of you who have been there. You know, if you've been there all this time or just a few days, a few months. I appreciate all of you. Like, this channel has led to so many awesome things for me. And yeah, I just really appreciate the opportunity that I've been given, thanks to you guys watching my videos and supporting my content. So, I've been planning this for a little while, you know, at least for a week or two. I wanted to do commentary for my very first video, because my very first video, for those who don't know, it was a no commentary video, because like, I just wanted to upload some gameplay and, you know, see if anyone was interested. Expecting no views, I woke up the next day and I had like 30-40 views, which, when you're starting out on YouTube with like no followers, that's actually quite a lot. So, like, the next day I was like really pumped and I made my second video right away. And I did commentary, I did like a deck guide for this deck. This was my Crack and Crate Self-Wound deck with Queen's Guards. I called it Everybody Hurts because it's wounding, self-wounding, and then you have, you know, Giant Boar as a finisher. I'm actually working on a rework of this deck using Svalbard. And it's really fun, but I don't think it's really good in the current meta, but, you know, that's... I mean, what is good in the current meta? But yeah, I wanted to do some commentary for this video, you know, do it some justice, because it started this whole thing. And, yeah, I remember nothing from this game. It's just one match. All I remember is most of how my deck looked. And I guess it's worth mentioning, for those of you who started playing after January this year, before January, leaders weren't balanced by provisions. Everybody had 165 provisions, but they were balanced by mulligans. Like, some leaders had more mulligans than others. So Crack and Crate, for example, had 4 mulligans. So when you see the 4 on his leader card, don't think that he only had 4 provisions, because he didn't. You know, that's just to clear stuff up. And of course, this was back when I recorded in 720p, so the quality is a little bit lower, and I apologize for that, but I figured this would be a fun way to celebrate 3000 and do like a little flashback thing, you know, look back at how the game looked and worked back then. Of course, we're playing as Reveal, which is an archetype that doesn't even exist anymore. So this is going to be a lot of fun, and we're going to watch it, and I'm going to, you know, try to cast it like a professional caster. And they're probably just, you know, talk a little bit about, you know, how the game was and how it's changed. So without further ado, why don't we just jump into the game again. Thank you guys so much for all the support. Thank you for clicking on this video. I hope you enjoy it. Let's just click play. So back then I was rank 11, which was actually not bad. There you go, 4 provisions versus Morven with 4 provisions. Oh wait, mulligans. I'm already messing this up. Got the frame rate, the quality. I get what people wanted me to do 1080, because this actually kind of sucked. Say we had Scorch, because we could line it up with Crack and Crate, and like our biggest units were like 5 strength. So I figured Scorch would be a good idea. And Bomb Heaver, because artifacts were cancerous back then. And yeah, again, if you're brand new, Crack and Crate only pings enemies now, but back then, it's actually a very recent change, but he used to be able to ping allies as well. And before we had Svalbard, that was kind of the self-wound that we had. There's Mangonels. There's Spotters. These are cards you never see anymore. Mangonel, I miss old Mangonel. Like, Mangonel was one of the few things I liked about Reveal. They were always really fun to play, and like have multiples of them, and then reveal like 2 cards, and then pew 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 pew. It's really fun. So it's really weird to look back at this, because when I uploaded this video, I had no idea what was going to happen. 3,000 subscribers, official Gwent partner. I've been on the closed PTRs. I've gotten to reveal 2 brand new cards. I joined Team Rankstar. Just so much has happened, and I've made some new friends. I've gotten to interact with so many of you guys, and we're doing this whole custom cards thing. You guys are so active on the custom cards subreddit. Sub-Discord. The channel on my Discord. You guys are so active. I wish I could partake more in the discussion, but like, you guys, oh, you got so much to say, and I love it. I love it. I love being able to interact with you guys. Of course, none of the awesome things that have come from this that I mentioned would have happened without your support. You know, I would have gotten discouraged pretty quickly. I know myself. Like, I would have gotten discouraged really quickly, and I wouldn't have never been here. And right now, I cannot imagine my life without the Ace of Plays channel right now, because it's been such a big part of my life. And now more than ever, I love that. I enjoy it so much. So thank you again. I mean, this is a subscriber milestone video, so expect me to say thank you a few times. The text boxes look different. Like, all the text seems like thinner. Like, the letters are not as bold. I prefer the new versions, so good on you, CDPR, for making that change. So a lot of the cards on our side of the board are pretty much the same as they are in the current version. Just number tweaks. And of course, the ships are range locked now, but back then they weren't. But they are reach. Queen's Guard was the same thing. Oh yeah, Mastercrafted Spear back when it was OP. Oh man. Oh man, I forgot my water bottle, so I can't stay hydrated. That sucks. Oh yeah, Mastercrafted Spear really made this deck work. It's actually kind of a pain in the ass to try to make this work now without Mastercrafted Spear. But I've been having moderate success with the new version. Self-Wound is definitely a playable archetype, and we've got multiple engines, we've got resurrections for those engines. We don't have Scorch anymore, because it's really expensive, and some of our units go a little bit taller now.
Sure, no problem.
Oh, Witchers and Roach. 4 strength each. Oh, that hurts. I remember, like, this was... I feel like there were 2 periods of time when Witchers and Roach were auto-include. This was the first one, when they were 4 strength, all of them. Every deck was running them, and one of the reasons I was so proud of this deck was because I got a decent amount of wins without playing those cards. Oh, spheres damaging by reveal amounts. Oh man. My beard was not this majestic when I made this video. That's for sure. So we want to drop that Queen's Guard. This is so strange. And I guess, like, haven't they made multiple graphical updates to the lighting and the shadows? Because this, like, it's not just it being 720p. Like, this is graphically a lot worse than what we have now. Because there were a lot of complaints around this time regarding the lighting and the shadows, so we've come a long way. We've definitely come a long way. And of course, again, regarding the mulligans, leaders were balanced by mulligans. So the mulligans that you had on your leader card, those were all your mulligans for the entire game. So it was this whole thing about, saving mulligans, so you had at least one. It was really weird. And of course, if you were playing Witcher Trio and Roach, then you often have to spend most of your mulligans in round 1. Which is something this deck didn't really have to do, so we can mulligan a bit more aggressively, which I'm always a fan of. I'm still a fan of decks that can mulligan aggressively. Like mid-rangey decks where every card is decently valuable. And Jesus Christ, that combo was even better back then. But yeah, every card has like decent value. You don't have a lot of thinning cards, so like there's no mulligan fodder, there's no cards that have to be in your deck, so you can just mulligan, mulligan, mulligan. I'm a big fan of that. Like that's why would you play Triss Marigold and have Slave Hunter in your deck? You don't do that. Alright, so my Scrafted Spear, pinging for 1 every turn.
We shall see what the future holds.
Yeah, so this is just all-in reveal. Again, an archetype that doesn't exist at all. It's so strange. But as you can see on the opponent's board, we're going to get a pretty good Scorch. Although I'm a little bit screwed with the Haymay Scald because I have nothing I want to discard, so I have to play that last, which forces me to play, you know, my two, potentially 3 if you count Scorch, finisher cards. So I actually play Wild Boar of the Sea. I mean, that was probably okay, except for setting up that. But, you know, he's got a couple of boosted units, and we're going to Scorch 3 of his units, so Wild Boar of the Sea is probably not as valuable as Giant Boar, which, of course, will trigger based off of her... Ooh, sorry about that. Go away. Professional. Yeah, Wild Boar of the Sea, of course, triggers off of our own wounded units as well. Like, that was the whole point of the deck. And that's still the point of the deck in the remade version. Is that even if you can't trigger Bloodthirst and, you know, have wounded enemy units, at least we still have a decent amount of wounded units on our board. And Giant Boar got buffed. It's now a 4-strength unit. And yeah, this deck doesn't really play into Igni either because of how every Queen's card, except for 1, is 3 strength and the last one is 4. And that's a 13-point Giant Boar. That would have been 14 points if I'd done it now. I love that that got buffed. And I hate that I didn't mute my phone before making a video. I always mute my phone. But yeah, there we go. Didn't even have to play the Haymay Scald because we overpowered this boy real hard. Okay, wait, we don't have to watch that video, but you guys should watch my Simulate videos because they're a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Smart summer games, huh? A lot of Hermitcraft, Merchant, my boy. Miss you, man. Miss you. Well, that was that. That was fun. Looking back at that, like, the game was so different. And, yeah. It's so strange seeing Witchers. Seeing Reveal. Holy shit, that was interesting. That was interesting. I hope you guys had a good time. Hope you enjoyed this as well. Again, thank you so much for all the support. Like, this channel, I'm proud of it. You know, it's something that I have built. And I'm really proud of it, and you guys, you make me feel really good about this thing that I'm doing. So thank you. You've allowed me to do so many awesome things, and you know, probably going to keep on getting to do those awesome things. More card reveals in the future, maybe. More PTRs. More subscribers. If you haven't already subscribed, I mean, come on. if you haven't already subscribed, then you missed being appreciated in this video. You're gonna want to be appreciated